163.4. What it do, people? Keith Moore Jr. here, and today I'm going to be telling you all how I lost 25.5 pounds in 13 weeks. But before we get started, I need everyone to destroy that like button. It helps the channel grow by getting the video out to more people. And I am almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I would appreciate all of the people who are watching this video. If you aren't already, please subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get right into it. So I started off my cutting journey at 188.9 pounds, and I got down to 163.4 pounds, which is exactly 25.5 pounds that I lost over the course of 13 weeks. So I'm going to tell you all exactly what I did. And yes, I am 100% natural. So everyone who's watching this video, if you are looking to lose weight, then you can follow these steps. And I'm not going to say it can happen in the same time frame, but over the course of however long it takes you, it may be 12 weeks, it may be 20 weeks. But if you follow these steps, then yes, you can achieve a transformation also. So we're going to start with the most important thing first. It's going to be your diet. So what did I do? I did not measure my foods during this cutting journey. I did intermittent fasting. So for the first 10 weeks, I did a 6-hour eating window. And then on the weekend, I would have, depending on what I had going on, I would still stick within that eating window, but I would have a cheat meal, or every so often I may have a cheat day, but it was important for me to still stay within a 6-hour eating window. Sometimes it may have extended to maybe an 8-hour eating window, but it was never a situation to where I was just eating for like 15 or 16 hours just throughout the course of a day, because I did not want to hurt my progress. All right, so intermittent fasting. Now I said I did not measure my foods out, but I was in a caloric deficit. The reason I knew that I was in a caloric deficit is because I do have experience with weighing foods out. I have done that in the past, so I know what range I am in for my calories. It may not be exactly to the T, but I know a good ballpark range that I'm in just from experience and spending years weighing my foods out, when I competed. So I don't want you all to think just because you do intermittent fasting you're going to lose weight. No, you still need to be in a caloric deficit. And if you do not have experience weighing foods out, and when I say experience, I mean a lot of experience, not just like, all right, I weighed my foods out in the past, I did it for 1 week, so I never need to do it again. No, you need to have experience, an extended amount of experience, weighing your foods out, because you want to be able to have a variety of different foods, especially when you are out doing things with your friends and family or things like that. You're not going to just always eat the same thing every day. That's just being realistic. Unless you're preparing for like a bodybuilding competition or a physique competition or something like that, you're going to have variety in there. So, variety is good because it allows you to still enjoy yourself during the cut. So, as I was talking about weighing your foods out, if you don't have experience, then start off weighing your foods out just so you have an idea of how many calories you are consuming, and then you will be able to determine by your weight on a weekly basis if you need to make changes to your caloric intake. Once again, do not think just because you have that eating window that you're going to lose weight, because some people may say, okay, I'll do a 6 to 8 hour eating window, but I'm going to just keep my calories the same as I already had them. I'm just going to fit them into that eating window. So naturally, with me going to a 6-hour eating window, I was eating less than I was during my 10-month bulk, where I got up to 188.9 pounds officially on camera, but off camera I did actually reach 190 pounds. But we're only going to go off of what I showed you all on camera. All right, so naturally having that 6-hour eating window, yes, it does require discipline, but for me, when I decide to do something, especially when it's related to fitness, then I already have it made up in my mind. Okay, I'm doing a 6-hour eating window, and I've done intermittent fasting in the past, so I already knew what to expect. Now, if you are new to intermittent fasting, then don't start with a 6-hour eating window. I recommend starting with the 8-hour eating window and a 16-hour fast, and then you can still achieve great results with that. You don't have to do the 6-hour eating window. But for me, it was more of an aggressive approach, so that's why I did the 6-hour eating window. So I mentioned that I did 6-hour eating window for the first 10 weeks. I think I mentioned that. I'm not sure if I did or not, but if I did, I'm telling you all again. So the last 3 weeks, I actually did between the 6 to 8-hour eating window, because I did a vegan diet for 3 weeks. So as a result of me doing a vegan diet for the final 3 weeks, I still did not want my calories to drop too low. I was eating a lot of different foods that were vegan friendly, of course, but they weren't really too high in calories. So then I told myself, okay, let's extend this eating window out to 8 hours if we need to, just so we can consume more foods, because I had done some research on vegan diets, but I still kind of went in like cold turkey. I did not have like a full plan. It was just, you know, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to push this off any longer. So first 10 weeks, 6-hour eating window. And then the last 3 weeks, a 6 to 8-hour eating window. So the diet, that's going to be the most important thing, because everybody's schedule for how often they can work out, whether it be in the gym or if you just run, whatever you decide to do for your training is going to vary by the individual. So don't think you can just train and eat whatever you want and you're going to achieve the results that you want to see. So next up, we are going to talk about training. Yes, I do lift weights, so I did do resistance training, and no, I did not do a ton of cardio. For me, cardio, it helps to aid in the process of losing weight, but it's not just the #1 factor for me, because I'm still trying to retain my strength, but not train for a marathon or something like that. Just do a good amount of cardio to where I'm still in great shape. If I need to go outside and run, sprint or something, you know, I can do that. I don't want to be the guy who just can't do any athletic activities. But keep in mind, I still was losing a little under 2 pounds per week. But if I would have been doing like very, very high endurance training, then I would have experienced some more muscle loss throughout this journey. So I didn't experience a lot of muscle loss, but I naturally experienced some because I lost 25.5 pounds. I couldn't retain all of the muscle I had at 188.9 pounds. So my cardio schedule. So starting out, I was doing 5 rounds of jump rope, 2-minute rounds. And I would start out doing that every day just to ease into things. So, 10 minutes of jump rope every day. One day I decided to go for a run outside. Then I got plantar fasciitis, and the bottom of my foot was in some serious pain. So as a result of that, I said, you know what, I'm just going to do Stairmaster for my cardio. And I did that. I started out Stairmaster 3 to 4 days a week, would be 20 minutes starting out, and then gradually over time I bumped that up to 30 minutes. So the point I'm making to you all is that's not a ton of cardio. It's a great amount, but a lot of people think you have to go do an hour of cardio every single day in order to reach your goals. Be patient with it. The journey does take time. Like I said, it may take longer for some than others, but you know, be patient and gradually increase your cardio over time. Now, some people may want to do more than 30 minutes of cardio. Yes, that's perfectly fine, but I'm letting you all know what I did and what works for me, so you don't think you have to do just a tremendous amount of cardio every single day in order to achieve your physique goals. So that was my cardio. So we covered the nutrition, then we covered, I would say the working out, but we just covered the cardio. So we didn't cover the resistance training. So resistance training, yes, I was lifting weights, and recently I transitioned over to a full body workout routine. Prior to that, I was doing split training, but during my cut, I decided, it actually was a little early on in my cut. It wasn't like towards the end or anything when I transitioned to full body, but early on in my cut, I started experimenting with full body workout routines, and I was trying to find what exercises I wanted to pair with one another. But since I decided I was going to do concurrent training, my exercises, some of them will vary week to week, but I did do split training and transition over to full body training. And for my split training, a lot of it I was focused on like hypertrophy type workouts. But when I transitioned over to full body training, I actually decided to do, as I mentioned, concurrent training. So I train strength, hypertrophy, and endurance all in the same week. And then I have my days where I focus on like my calves and my abs, which my calves are a weak point, so I'll cover that in a later video on how I plan on bringing those up. But that's what I was doing for resistance training. So I actually started to cover all of my bases, not just focus on hypertrophy type of workouts. Now, for my full body training, what I do now, I work out 5 or 6 days per week. It just, honestly, it depends on my schedule and what I have going on. My wife and I have been having people come to town, so some days I may not be able to go to the gym, and that may cause me to only have 5 days per week working out. But 3 of those days will be a full body workout day, and the other days will be when I'll focus on like my calves and my abs, and then I'll hit like the punching bag and things like that. So I'll cover those in another training specific video. So there was nothing wrong with the split training because this may come up, but I wanted to try something else because just the split that I was doing, I wasn't necessarily happy with, and honestly it was kind of boring to me, and I'm like, am I really maximizing my results by just doing this split training? So that's why I changed over to full body training. I watched a lot of Alpha Destiny, Jerron Fit, and Swole Fesser to kind of see how they approach their full body training, and then I implemented a lot of the things that I learned from watching their channel. So that's why I decided to do full body training. That is exactly how I lost 25.5 pounds in 13 weeks. Anybody can do this. Like I said, it may not be 13 weeks, it may take longer. I do have experience with bulking and cutting, but It is possible to achieve a better physique. It just takes patience and discipline. You know, it's nothing extremely complicated about what I did. If you're watching this and you're trying to lose weight and reach specific goals as they relate to fitness, then just realize that it does take time, patience, and just stay consistent. Do not give up. And I hope this video was helpful to some people. I know the holidays are approaching, so there will probably be a lot of eating going on, but just remember, it's important to get back on track, and you know, do not wait till the new year to decide to lose weight. You can start now. So hope this video was helpful. Once again, destroy that like button, subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 1,000, and I appreciate the continued support. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.